Ohtani's winning the MVP this year. If he stays healthy and he keeps on this hot streak, he's probably going to hit close to 60 home runs. I don't know if he's going to break Aaron Judge's home run record. It's not easy to do that. And even Judge said it, records are meant to be broken. He could. But again, he could get injured. The Angels, if they're closer to a playoff spot, they might want to protect him and make sure he's healthy for the playoffs. I don't know what the Angels are thinking. And they don't want to trade him and he breaks the record somewhere else. It's not just one team that's going to be gunning for him. Yeah. You're talking about every single playoff team. Even Atlanta would be stupid enough not to look at a guy like Shohei Ohtani and think, oh, this could guarantee us a World Series championship.
That would probably be the dream scenario for the Yankees.
And they have a great farm system. So if they trade one or two top prospects in the top 50 of baseball, it's not going to hurt them, especially with the guys that they have up right now. And then maybe Shohei Ohtani will look at this team and say, you know what, I can win a couple of World Series with this team. I'll stay in Atlanta.
Right. He might take maybe $10 million less to go stay with that team.
But Atlanta won't pay him.
No, doesn't fit their mold.
They're going to probably borrow him. And to them, it's all about championships. What do they care?
That's what makes this market so tricky to judge if Shohei Ohtani will get traded, because you need to have the solidification that you're going to be able to sign him. And that's why a lot of these lower market playoff teams are only going to do it right now for a rental type thing. And same kind of things with the East Coast teams. If Dallas really want to stay on the West Coast, that's going to knock off teams that might have been able to trade for him, like the Phillies or the Braves, or a team like the Reds or the Brewers that might be trying to win the division and you get him for a rental. Miami, same kind of thing. That's going to be like more than half their payroll. The Dodgers, the Mariners, and the Giants, they all have good prospect pools too, where they can make that kind of thing happen. It's just the question of, do they want to be able to sign it right away? How confident do the Giants trust in their playoff spot right now and to be able to sign him long term? Same kind of thing with a team like the Mariners on the outside looking in too. So it's a weird market for a player we've never seen a market for like this.
He's going to get his $500-600 million. That's what he's going to get. He's going to be a very rich man, and somebody is going to give him what he wants. And it could be the Yankees, it could be the Dodgers, it could be San Francisco. I think San Francisco is going to offer him the most money. I think they'll go over $600 million. And they know they're good. If they had Shohei Ohtani, they had the power bat that they desperately need in the middle of that lineup with the pitching staff that they have. You put him in your rotation, and that bullpen, they're going to be a contender every single year. So could I see San Francisco? I've been saying the LA Dodgers, and I know a lot of people would think that. I wouldn't doubt San Francisco scooping him up.
Especially to steal him from the Dodgers, too. And this is a front office with Farham Ahmadi as their GM now that has purged a lot of bad contracts. They've made a lot of good trades in order to do that, and the way they've been able to rebuild a lot faster than expected, too. They had the 107-win season 2 years ago where they were the number one seed in the National League. The way they've rebuilt allows them to be able to take a big swing now for somebody like Ohtani. And we've seen what the Giants have done with lesser pitchers. Maybe Ohtani can get another level.
Shohei Ohtani, and you look at all these guys, they're getting these big contracts. If they produce on the field and they're putting out what you expect him to put out every single year, when they become available for free agency, they're going to get a lot of money. And the way baseball is, and there's no salary cap and there's no nothing, we're going to see $1 billion player eventually. It's not going to be now. It won't be probably for the next 10 years, but eventually we're going to see a guy that's going to make $1 billion because they're that good. And if the team believes that player is going to transition their team and take their team to that next level, a.k.a. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani and all these other guys, well, they're going to pay those guys. A guy like Aaron Judge this offseason, where a lot of people thought he might have 3 or 4 good years left at best, and the guy is a big guy, 285 pounds. He's at the tail end of his baseball career because of his size. He's 31. You're paying him 9 years, $390 million. Right. That's a lot of money to pay a guy that you probably are going to get 3 to 4 maybe good years back from him.
And the Angels are going to have to do that either way because they're kind of stuck in that middle ground where we've seen teams rebuild from small prospect pools quickly, too, and have instant impacts right away. The Padres 3 years ago, the same kind of thing. The Orioles the last 2 years, the Diamondbacks this year. Why not take that approach? That's modern baseball. Just because teams like the Phillies and teams like the Mets have just spent all this money, not the Mets this year winning, but they've still won, that doesn't mean it's necessarily a sustainable approach either. The Angels have to realize that.